Hello, everybody. Welcome to Naturally Kim's Knitting. I'm Kim, and this is my podcast all about knitting. I used to have more that I used to say there, but right now it's just been knitting. Um, and I do that knitting right here in my home, right outside of Lima, Ohio. And I am so blessed to share this home with my sweet, handsome husband, Randy. Were you wondering what I was going to say there? I was too. I really didn't have a plan. With my sweet, handsome husband, Randy, his father, Ronald, Ronald's cat, Tommy, and my puppy dog, Ginger, who is running around somewhere right now. Not sure where. In the house, though. Don't worry. Anyways, um, in this I want to welcome everybody, first of all. This may be your first time. This may be your, I don't know how many times. Well, it couldn't be more than your 271st unless you watch them repeatedly, which, hey, I won't watch myself repeatedly, but I could easily watch other people's repeatedly. Um, I want to welcome all of you. Love and big, big hugs. Doing it one handed because I have a cup of tea in my other hand. Um, let's see. Today, I love today's date. I'm sure there's some significance to it. I just haven't heard it. Today is 2 2 2 2. So today is February 2nd, 2022. My husband would probably say it'll be more special when it's the 20. I said today is February 2nd. No, today is February 22nd, 2022. So it's 2 2 2 2 2. Yeah, I just got rid of that zero in there because I'm sure he would have said the 20th would have been. That one still wouldn't work out. So I'll stick with mine. I like mine. But I better change the date on it or I'll be sending it out like this. And I will have people, like especially like my brother, who would notice things like that because he does this. He's a sweet man. But he will find my errors. He's my dearest critic. Aren't you, Rick? Anyways, and this is episode 271. I'm all over the internet. I'm on YouTube, Blogger, Facebook, and WordPress. This Naturally Kim's Knitting. I say I'm all over the internet, but I don't do Snapchat. I don't do TikTok, TikTok. I don't do many of those things. But I do YouTube, Blogger, Facebook, and WordPress, where I'm Naturally Kim's Knitting. Ravelry, you can find me as NapiersKnits, or our podcast group, which is Naturally Kim's Knitting. I'm hoping my lips are working with my words again this week. Last week they did, week before they didn't. Instagram, you can find me as knitting_Kim. If my lips aren't in sync with my words, I blame the weather. Kind of an icky. It's lovely temperature, and I love the fact that I could take the puppy out in it. I don't mind getting rained on. It's just not pretty to look at. Anyways, so how are all of you guys today? I'm having some, let's see, it's by Republic of Tea, hot apple cider tea. I really like it. Okay, so I am an affiliate with Knit Picks and get that up there, Knit Picks and Michaels, and Knit Picks is having some wonderful sales right now. Um, they're having a flash sale on all Wool of the Andes yarns and roving, 15 to 25% off. They're Now I can't use it because I can't wear all wool, but I will tell you this, it is an excellent yarn. I've made my husband a sweater out of it. He doesn't have the same issues I do with wool yarn. Just talking about mixed by skin itch. Yeah, some people, it's not actually, if I remember right, from way back when, I attended a workshop when my husband was into sheep about it's not the wool that makes you itch, it's the lanolin in the wool. However, I don't know that I agree with that. To me, it's the little fibers of the wool. But, that's me. But they're having 15 to 25% off of their Andes yarn and wool. I'm sorry, Andes yarn and roving. And then if you go to We Love Crochet, I believe it is, which is the crochet side of Knit Picks, you can save 15 to 25% off a Lion brand yarn. Buy 3 skeins, get, no, okay, I have this all run together. I don't know why I did that. Wool of the Andes is 15 to 25% off. Then we go to We Love Crochet, and they have Lion brand yarn, which I never knew they had that. I like Lion brand yarn. But with their Lion brand yarn, you buy 3 skeins, you get 1 free with the promo code LionB3G1. If you look in the show notes, it will be there. LionB3G1. That offer includes Heartland, You and Me, Homespun, Thick and Quick, and Vanna's Choice. But it is limited to 3 free skeins total per customer. I was going to say, what? Visit the crochet.com website for full sales info. I also put a link on my show notes on my ksnapier475.blogspot.com where you can go there, and you will have to, do some copying and pasting. But that will take you there too. Yay, isn't that exciting? I like that. Oh, and they both end pretty soon. I mean, I think you have a week on both of them. I'm kind of thinking with the Lions brand, you might just have till the 25th. But the Wool of the Andes, I believe you have till the 28th. Check them out, be sure. Now, Michael's still having wonderful sales on their yarns. You need to check them out. I love Michael's. I love Knit Picks. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, that was my little song. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm looking at my show notes, and I've got a tad bit of a cold, and plus I'm withdrawing off one of my medications. So things aren't quite clicking. I'm reading something and it's going, what? Okay, knit-alongs. We have knit-alongs. We have knit-alongs. All of our knit-alongs have 2 prizes per knit-along. There are 3 choices, but there's only 2. I don't like to call them winners, but there's 2 people that can win, or 2 people that can have choices of prizes, but there's 3 prizes to choose from. Let me tell you. So we have our finished object for February and March. So you're saying, finished object? That sounds fun. What do I need to do for that? It's so easy, let me tell you. Everybody should enter this. If you've completed any craft, take a picture of it. Sorry. Post it in the finished object for February and March in Ravelry, and you will be eligible for one of the prizes. And that drawing, I closed that thread on April 1st, and I let that random number generator do the hard work, because nobody should pick from you guys' hard work. Nobody. Because your work is so beautiful. Oh, sorry. Your work is so beautiful. That made it sound like, that made it look like it was boring. Your work is not boring. Your work is gorgeous. Anyways, so what are the 3 choices you have? Well, 2 different people, can choose between a $10 gift card to Michael's, $10 gift card to KnitPicks, or one giftable pattern up to $10 from Ravelry. And I do this because we have friends from all over. And I love to watch all of you guys work and put your creativity out there for everybody to see. And I have seen such beautiful work this year. Oh, then you guys get my creative juices going, and that makes me just keep knitting along. Otherwise, who knows? Now we do have a craft along that is going to be ending here soon. It's going to be ending on February 28th, although I don't close the thread until March 1st. We have a craft along for towels and dishcloths. All you have to do is craft together a towel or a dishcloth. Take a picture, post it under the correct thread in Ravelry. If there's a pattern name, please include it. And then you are eligible to win one of the 2 prizes that will be awarded at the end on March 1st. You can only enter them through February 28th. Anybody who enters after February 28th midnight, what time are we? Central time? No. I don't even know what time zone I'm in. Eastern Standard? My brother would sit there and go. My husband would sit there and go, no, you know what time zone we're in. No, I don't. Let's see, we must be Eastern Standard. I'm going to go with Eastern Standard Time because I know Chicago is in Central, and we're not the same time as Chicago. I used to live in the same time zone as Chicago half the year. I lived someplace that didn't change time. There used to be, I don't think they still are this way, there was a few counties in Indiana did not change time because people would commute to Chicago. And so when there would be daylight savings time, how did this work? Oh, Indiana didn't change. Oh, I don't know. Anyways, I always made sure we were on the same time as Chicago, even though Indiana didn't change time. That's what it was. We still did. We changed with Chicago. We were always on the same time as Chicago. There we go. It's been many years since I've lived over there. What, 25 years? So anyways, okay. I think I made it all the way through that. If you're not sure, please go check the rules, either in Ravelry or with the show notes. I just feel like I'm not part of it. Like I said, I'll talk about this more later, so never mind. Starting March 1st, you can knit things for babies and toddlers and post those. I can't wait. I love knitting things for babies and toddlers. In fact, one of my people that I like to pattern test for, she's just opened up a whole bunch of them, and I considered doing it, but I've already got 4 projects going, so I don't think, I had said after my shoulder that I was not going to go into the madness of doing 5 at a time again. So I'm stopping now because, although I must not be counting my Advent sock as one of my projects. Soup kitchen myself did the 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I got 5 right now. Which we will go on with that right now. Okay. I put some stuff on top of other stuff. I wasn't going to do that, but I wanted to make sure I had everything out. So, once again, do you remember me saying last week how the week before I finished Advent sock the same day as I did my podcast. Gonna do the same thing again today. This is so ridiculous. Count those again, because I'm going to scream. No, I'm not going to scream, but 2 rows for being finished with this little Advent sock. And it is shorter than my other ones because I ran out of this color yarn. I honestly did. So, yeah, so I decided, okay, well, that's okay. None of them are exactly the same anyways. 2 more rows, and then binding off. So, yeah, that's the one that I'll be showing you as a finished object next week. Isn't that sad? Well, not as well. No, I can show you. I can show you this because this is half of a pair of socks that is finished. Ta-da! Yes, I left my progress marker. Looky, looky, looky. Soup kitchen sock, all done. Soup kitchen sock, all done. And let me tell you, that was something. Because I just determined one night, I hope, yeah. I must not have did the bind off just right, because I don't like it when I have a jag at the top. And I have a jag at the top. Anyways, so I finished that one. Now the progress marker in this is not in the right place because I don't know why I didn't move it. I actually just started this the other day, so I will move it today. I think it was because I just started the ribbing. I don't know why I didn't move it. I guess because I figured I'll move it today, and because it would just be 2 rows behind or something. Because I just started the ribbing today. Or yesterday, last night. So right there's the ribbing. You can't even see it. But right where color changes again, yeah. So, which I've called it close. I might have enough between the 2 skeins I might have enough for 2 Advent socks. We'll have to see. Excuse me. My silly nose. I'm sorry. It's not nice. Okay, so that's the Advent sock for the soup kitchen, wicker work. I did not work on this as much as I thought I would this week. I am disappointed in myself. I love this sweater. I just basically started with the shaping. You can't even tell. I started with the shaping. Where's my progress marker? It is. I didn't move it either. Why is this with me and not moving progress markers? Anyways, I'm this far. I just started the shaping. So, I love it. And I love working on it because it's so soft. I have no excuse. My every other night thing did not work this weekend. I will tell you why. This is by Michelle Wang, by the way. Wicker work. I never did check that pattern name. Sorry, guys. I am out of it. And I'm not bringing over the other Paris sock because I just got both heels done. Okay? And yesterday I just started on the leg of this one. And I was afraid that if I brought them both over, seeing as how I just started on the leg, I was afraid I would get confused and start on the wrong row on the other one. Do you understand what I'm talking about today? It's the funny thing is, my mind doesn't feel foggy, but it's all in here. And my sinuses, but not in my head. So, anyways, but I love my Paris socks. I love my wicker work sweater. I did 2 heels on those this week, and it takes me a while to do heels. Now, my 5th object that I'm working on, I did talk about this because my Afghan fell off the sofa. I have to pick that up in a minute. I'm making a temperature Afghan. And yes, I'm way behind, but that, I don't care. I'm doing it a little bit at a time as I'm not putting any pressure on myself because I'm just having fun with it. For those of you who don't know what a temperature Afghan is, here's the way mine's working. Um, I'm working, I'm finding the average temperature for every day from, up to today for this year. Some people pick a certain year because it has, like, I did one for my daughter for the first year of her life. I still need to do one for my son, and maybe I'll do one in this pattern. I don't have to piece it together that way. But anyway, so I do 2 rows. This is the mistaken rib, and I like this a lot. It's a lot to fit on a pair of needles, but so this would be January 1st. Joe laughed because 2 rows of January 1st. Then actually, I think, let's see. So I had forest, then grass, then 2 of forest. Then I have 5 of grass in a row. So I've only gotten 1 day of grass done. So and then I go back to forest to grass. So I'm stuck in forest and grass for a while. Grass wasn't my first color choice, but I kind of like the way it plays against forest. Now let me show you the other colors, because last week I told you my yarn was going to probably be here about the time I got done. I think it actually came the next day. And these are all impeccable from Michael's. I'm not opening the bags until I'm ready for them. But I ordered them. You had to order them in sets of 3, which was fine. It was perfect because even if I don't use all 3 in a weather app or for a certain temperature, like let's say there's only 1 day in the whole year that I would use this. It'd be great for baby blankets. I do love this yarn. Impeccable. Now if I put this up to my face, it feels like plastic. But this is beautiful. I like the patterns they have on there. I don't know that you'd be able to see it. Yeah, I don't think you can see it. I would, maybe one of my other ones that I have open I could pull out. But it's a medium weight, and it is just really lovely. Trying to read. There we go. It is 100% acrylic. I thought so, which is fine for me for an Afghan. This color is Aran, or I always say Aran. I'm assuming that's the way you say it. So, yeah, I only really need this for like I'm hoping a couple days. Winter's not over. Then, of course, like I said, we have grass. Grass. This is a cute pattern, too. But I don't know that Genevieve would wear that. She might, but I don't know. Let's see. Oh. Yeah, I showed you this. It's called the Mistaken Rib, and I really like this pattern. I think I've done something out of this before, but I really like this. So, and as it gets longer, you will be able to see more and more of it. Let's see. Then you saw forest. Oh. Well, you saw forest in the thingy. I want to show you this pattern, because I really like this pattern. I can't figure out where I opened it at. But I love shawls. So look at that shawl. Isn't that pretty? I think that's crocheted though. It is. So I won't be making that. The poncho's probably crocheted too. So Genevieve won't be getting it anyways. So let's see. So that was forest green. I didn't get my other aquas out. They're over there. Aqua, which that was the very first day in January, it was aqua. And then I have clear blue, which I haven't opened yet. So that's for right now. I'm not buying any more. See, like I said, I'm not in a hurry. When I get to a color that I do not have, then I will order more. Or if I run out of a color. I'm not in a hurry. It's, you know, if it gets to be super warm this summer, I'm not going to want to work on an Afghan. So I'll put it off for the cooler times. That's the way I feel like. I just want to make myself an Afghan, and temperature Afghans are fun to make. And I'm going to keep doing the average temperatures so that, it's just kind of fun to see what colors, the color, um, you know, progressions. That was the word I was looking for, but that wasn't the word I was going to say. Okay, I've got a finished object. You know what it is? Do you know what it is? I gave it away earlier. Ta-da! Okay, what did I say last week? Last week was 18? I think so. Here's 19. It's going to be put in with the other socks, which are in, oh, you can't see what it says. The people who say I'm hard to shop for clearly don't know where to buy yarn. It's going to go that bag. And this is going to be filled up with 25, because, look. Okay, so that's all my whips and my finished object. Yeah, I've read a couple books. I've not been putting them in here. I put them in my book reviews. If you ever want to see what I'm reading, you can go to Reading, Writing, and So Much More, and it's in there because that's where I usually put things. So I've been talking about being fuzzy and withdrawing off of medication. Oh, well, before I do that, I wanted to show you this. If you've watched me for a while, you know I am a history buff. Well, I'm also very proud of the little town that I grew up in, Covington, Ohio. I love that town. I used to tell my husband that we were going to move there someday, and that was the town I wanted to raise my kids in. That didn't happen. However, my brother has raised his 2 kids there, and he is on the Alumni Association. And he came up with an idea of putting together an alumni book. See if I can get this. There we go. A book with pictures from all the graduating classes from my school. I know you want to see it. I don't think I want to see it. Got to get right in between there. Right in between those 2 fingers. That's me. But actually, I've been going through from the beginning, and it's so funny because I'll sit there and I'll go, oh, I know that name. Oh my, I knew him when he was older, or all kinds of things. And I, seeing my aunts and uncles when they were graduating, and oh, so cool. Anyways, what else? Oh, I should have brought that over. My husband went down to down to Cincinnati last week because since COVID and all that, he's not been able to visit the grocery stores. So he was going down there last week, and I know those stores. They have beautiful, beautiful floral departments. So I said, Randy, last time I had asked him to bring me back an orchid. This was before COVID. And he brought me back this big old pot, jam-packed with these big old, not what I was looking for. They needed to be separated, but we never had enough orchid soil to separate them. So this time I said, sweetie, if you go down there, can you see about getting me an orchid in a little pot? He goes, they come that way? I said, oh, yes. And I said, if they don't have those, you can always get me a miniature rose or a house plant or herbs or whatever. He brought me back a very beautiful orchid. So it's sitting in my living room, and I can see it from all over the living room, so it just makes me happy and makes me smile. Okay, so now for the thing that I keep alluding to. I told you hadn't been feeling good last week for a while, and the doctor put me on this medicine to help me with my migraines so that I wouldn't get as many. Okay, there comes a point where you have to determine if the oh, I'm going to cry. I hadn't been getting, I think I'd had maybe, I'm going to say on the high side, 2 migraines. I remember 1, but I may have had 2 since I'd been on this medicine to prevent migraines or to cut down on the number. But the side effects were not good. They were not good. So I contacted my doctor. And I said, I can't take this stuff anymore. I just can't. So he sent in another prescription. He goes, here, well, let's try this, and in a couple of weeks we'll check on it. Okay, well, what he sent in is an antidepressant, which has me scared to take it anyways. One of the side effects of it is some people, it can make them more depressed. I already have a depression problem. I take medication for depression. So I'm sitting here thinking, oh, I'm a little scared about this. And then they were listing other side effects, and I showed this to Randy. He said, you got to read this. You got to read this. He goes, you're not taking this. I said, at all? He goes, at all. I said, you realize that means I'm going to be back to migraines? He goes, I know. I said, okay. I said, I don't like them, but I know I'm not a nice person to be around when I have them either. I get very touchy. I get very emotional. Don't stand in my way when I have one. I'm looking for a way to not get them, and I'm guessing there isn't a way, so okay. Anyway, so that's when I keep saying how I'm not it's just a cold that somehow I've come along with, and I take Claritin D because when we moved to Lima 25 years ago, I went to see my doctor one time, and he goes, well, when we first moved here, I didn't know what I had. I'd never had a sinus headache before in my life, not ever. And I went to the emergency room because, oh man. And he goes, I told him, I said, boy, I've never had anything like this. And I said, we just moved here like a month ago maybe, because I didn't have a doctor yet. And he said, well, welcome to Lima, Ohio. This is the Allergy Central of Ohio. And so I've been having to take Claritin D since then. I always say the nice thing about Claritin D is when I get a cold during the day, my nose never runs. Until now. I'm not sure if it's because the other medication was helping something with that. I don't know. So anyways, that's it. Oh my goodness, I've been talking your ears off. And lots of yarn to show you. I'm sorry. Anyways, I should let you go. I've been having such a nice chatting time with you. Almost like I do with my grandkids. Anyways, I hope you guys all have a wonderful, wonderful week. I hope all your craftiness is very successful, and I hope you don't make any mistakes. But if you do, I hope they're little ones that are easy to fix. I love you all. Big, big hugs. Take care. And God bless. See you next week. Bye-bye.